Jetman. Look at him go. He has used this jetpack to fly over the Grand Canyon and over the Swiss Alps.
Jetpack technology has evolved from sci-fi fantasy into breathtaking reality, merging innovation, adrenaline, and engineering like never before. From a Bell rocket belt to a British inventor turning soldiers into real-life Iron Men, these jetpacks aren't sci-fi. They're shockingly real. Get ready to witness the 15 revolutionary jetpack inventions that shocked the world. Number 15. JB12 Jetpack. If there's one company constantly pushing the limits of human flight, it's Jetpack Aviation, and their JB12 Jetpack, it's not just high-tech, it's battle-ready. Built in the United States, the JB12 is the latest model in a series of personal flight devices designed for serious performance. It's powered by 6 turbojet engines, giving it insane levels of stability, maneuverability, and thrust control. Crucial when you're flying at high speeds and dodging obstacles in real time. The JB12 was built with military and emergency use in mind. Think rapid insertions, hard-to-reach rescues, or scouting missions where traditional transport just won't cut it. And thanks to Jetpack Aviation's engineering, the pilot can control the flight with a set of joysticks, adjusting direction, altitude, and speed mid-air with surprising ease. This isn't a concept, it's been tested, and its compact size means it can be deployed quickly, carried by one person, and stored in tight spaces. That's a huge plus for military teams needing rapid mobility without heavy equipment. With its powerful thrust and agile design, the JB12 isn't just a flying machine, it's a strategic tool, and it could very well change how soldiers and first responders move in critical moments. Could jetpacks like the JB12 become standard gear for the military of tomorrow? Number 14. Bell Rocket Belt. Before all the flashy modern tech, there was the Bell Rocket Belt, the jetpack that literally started it all. Developed in the United States back in the 1960s, this hydrogen peroxide-fueled marvel was the world's first functional personal flight device. And yeah, it made its big-screen debut in the James Bond classic Thunderball, launching it into pop culture history. Powered by a system that converted hydrogen peroxide into a jet of steam and oxygen, the Bell Rocket Belt could lift a person for about 20 seconds, reaching heights of 30 feet and speeds up to 60 miles per hour. Sure, that sounds short, but back then, it was nothing short of revolutionary. Originally developed for the US military, the belt was tested for use in rapid troop movement and search and rescue missions. But with its limited flight time and the difficulty of controlling it in mid-air, it never made it to the battlefield. Still, it proved something huge. Personal flight was possible. Number 13. Jetmans Ground to Sky Breakthrough. Most jet-powered daredevils need a helicopter drop or a plane launch. But Vince Raffet, he took off straight from the ground and blasted over 5,900 feet into the air in just 30 seconds. This jaw-dropping moment went down in Dubai, where the legendary French stunt pilot, one of the original Jetmen, made history by becoming the first person to perform a vertical ground takeoff using a carbon fiber jet wing. No runway, no lift assist, just sheer thrust and a whole lot of nerve. Developed by Jetman Dubai, the wing was powered by 4 miniature jet engines and controlled entirely through Raffet's body movements. Think of it as a personal fighter jet strapped to your back. He launched from a standing platform, hovered briefly, then rocketed straight up, hitting an altitude of nearly 6,000 feet, and the speed? Over 150 miles per hour. Even more impressive, he had full aerial control, banking, turning, even stalling mid-air like a bird of prey. No computer steering, just Vince and the wing. This wasn't just about adrenaline. It proved vertical personal flight without external launch systems is possible. Sadly, Vince Raffet passed away later during a training flight, but this achievement became one of the most iconic milestones in jet-powered human flight. Number 12. Thunderpack TPR2G2. This isn't just any jetpack. The Thunderpack TPR2G2 is a high-tech marvel that combines cutting-edge design with unparalleled power. Engineered for serious thrill-seekers and professionals alike, this jetpack packs some serious punch, offering a jet propulsion system capable of achieving impressive speeds and altitudes. Whether it's for military applications or just to turn heads at the next big adventure, the TPR2G2 is pushing the boundaries of what's possible in personal flight. One of the things that makes the Thunderpack so unique is its advanced stability system. This isn't some unstable DIY project that could leave you hanging in midair. It's a carefully engineered piece of machinery that ensures smooth and controlled flight. With an efficient fuel system, the TPR2G2 can sustain flight for longer periods, making it not only fun, but practical for more than just a quick thrill ride. What's even more fascinating? The TPR2G2 is a direct evolution of its predecessor, the TPR1G2, improving on flight time, maneuverability, and overall safety. This second-generation jetpack is a glimpse into the future of aviation, where individuals could soon be zooming through the air like something out of a high-speed action movie. Number 11. Martin Jetpack. Before jetpacks became sleek and futuristic, one machine out of New Zealand was already making waves in the skies, the Martin Jetpack. Developed by Glenn Martin, this invention was one of the first true attempts at bringing jetpack dreams into reality. Unlike the smaller, turbine-based packs we see today, the Martin Jetpack used ducted fans, kind of like twin upright turbines, that could lift a person over 3,000 feet into the air. First unveiled in the mid-2000s, the Martin Jetpack gained massive attention for its potential. It wasn't just a stunt, it was engineered with practical applications in mind: emergency response, military operations, and even industrial inspections. Its robust design featured a carbon fiber frame, built-in safety systems, and fly-by-wire control, making it surprisingly advanced for its time. Although the company eventually shut down operations in 2019, the Martin Jetpack didn't disappear in vain. It laid the foundation for a whole new generation of personal flight vehicles and proved that vertical human lift wasn't just a fantasy. Number 10. Flash Jetpack. Jetpacks have long been the stuff of sci-fi dreams, but a real-life breakthrough may have just changed the game. Imagine cruising through the sky, defying gravity, and taking off without a runway. But what if I told you that this wild idea is no longer a distant dream? In the early 2010s, the world was introduced to Flash, a homemade jetpack that got the tech world buzzing. Built by a group of ambitious engineers, this device wasn't just some toy. It was a powerful, high-speed flying machine capable of reaching up to 120 miles per hour. And it wasn't some far-off prototype that would never see the light of day. It was put to the test on real roads. Imagine that, an actual jetpack zipping around like a motorcycle but in the air. Mind-blowing, right? What made Flash stand out? Well, this jetpack is powered by two small engines designed to generate enough thrust to lift a person off the ground. Not only that, but its DIY nature made it all the more intriguing. This wasn't just some corporate-funded project. It was built by a few passionate individuals in their own garage. Talk about a total game changer in aviation. As you can imagine, there were a lot of questions surrounding the safety and practicality of this invention. Would it be able to fly safely for long distances? Could it hold up in high winds or adverse weather? These are all the challenges that come with such an ambitious invention, but with the Flash Jetpack, we're one step closer to seeing people fly through the skies like superheroes. Could this be the future of personal flight? Could you be seeing jetpacks at your local airport in the next decade? Number 9. UK's real-life Iron Man. Is it a bird, a plane? Nope. It's a guy flying through the air with jet engines strapped to his arms. And no, this isn't a movie stunt. Developed by Richard Browning and his UK-based company, Gravity Industries, the jet suit is probably the closest thing we've seen to Iron Man in real life. This suit is powered by 5 tiny but powerful gas turbines that collectively produce over 1,000 horsepower. That's enough raw force to launch a human through the air at speeds over 50 miles per hour and soar up to 9,800 feet. But what really sets it apart? It's not just about flying, it's about control. Pilots can maneuver in midair with nothing but subtle arm movements. And thanks to Gravity's relentless testing and refinement, the suit has become stable enough for real-world applications, including military use. In fact, the UK Royal Marines have already tested it for shipboarding operations. That's not science fiction, that's today's tech. Even cooler, you can actually train to become a pilot. Gravity runs flight training programs where people can experience the suit firsthand, under expert supervision, of course. Number 8. NASA's Jetpack in space. You've seen jetpacks on Earth, but what about in space? The Manned Maneuvering Unit, or MMU, NASA's very own space jetpack that astronauts use to fly freely in orbit, untethered and alone, hundreds of miles above Earth. Developed in the 1980s by NASA and Martin Marietta, the MMU was a game-changer for space exploration. It was essentially a high-tech backpack with 24 small thrusters powered by compressed nitrogen, giving astronauts the ability to move in any direction without touching the spacecraft. And yes, it worked. The MMU made its debut in 1984, when astronaut Bruce McCandless II performed the first untethered spacewalk, floating nearly 300 feet away from the space shuttle. That photo of him drifting in the blackness? Iconic. It wasn't just cool, it was a huge leap in astronaut mobility. Although NASA eventually retired the MMU for safety reasons, it proved something incredible. Controlled personal flight in space is possible. That opened the door for later tech like the SAFER system, used today for emergency maneuvering outside the International Space Station. No jet flames, no wings, just cold gas, zero gravity, and human precision floating above Earth. Get ready for today's mystic topic. Check out this image. This new Japanese jetpack shocked Chinese and US engineers. When this fearless woman soared past a skyscraper, it felt like a scene straight out of Iron Man. How did Japan manage to outpace two global tech giants in this way? And who is this daredevil defying gravity with flames shooting from her arms? The skyline, the fiery trails, the rush of the wind. It's not CGI. It's real. What type of fuel technology is powering this incredible invention? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to mention #MysticTopic. Number 7. Apollo Jetpack. If you've ever seen someone fly across a stadium during a halftime show or hover over a fairground crowd, chances are it was the Apollo Jetpack from Jetpack International. This jetpack isn't about futuristic prototypes or military missions. It's all about real crowd-stopping performance. Built in the US and powered by hydrogen peroxide, the Apollo Jetpack blasts superheated steam through twin nozzles to generate lift, giving pilots around 30 seconds of controlled flight. And while that may not sound like much, those 30 seconds are enough to wow thousands of people. Pilots wearing the Apollo pack can lift off vertically, hover, spin, and even steer themselves through choreographed flight paths. The sound alone, like a roaring jet engine, grabs everyone's attention before the jetman even leaves the ground. What makes it so unique? Unlike kerosene or turbojet models, this one's designed for short, explosive bursts of action. Perfect for entertainment, media stunts, and live demonstrations. No wings, no complex suit controls, just a high-pressure tank and two blazing nozzles shooting you into the air. Jetpack International's pilots have flown all over the world, from parades and conventions to TV shows and festivals. It's less about distance and more about delivering a moment nobody forgets. Number 6. VR jetpack you can feel. Flying a jetpack is already wild, but how about controlling it with your arms and seeing the sky through a virtual reality helmet? Welcome to the future of immersive flight, built in the UK. This is the Daedalus Flight Pack, developed by a UK-based company called Air-Oxo, and the mind behind it, Richard Mallett, a British engineer who wanted to change how we interact with flight itself, not just physically, but mentally. Here's how it works. The jetpack straps to your back and is powered by a hybrid engine setup designed for smooth vertical takeoff. But the real innovation, it's all in the control system. Instead of levers or joysticks, pilots wear a VR headset and use arm gesture sensors to steer. Want to turn left? Tilt your arm. Want to rise or descend? Shift your posture. The suit translates your body's movements directly into flight commands, making the experience feel natural and totally immersive. The virtual headset adds a whole new layer too. Not only does it show altitude, speed, and flight path, it simulates weather conditions and helps the pilot train in real-time environments without leaving the ground. While still in the testing phase, the Daedalus pack is aiming to blend human reflexes and machine performance like never before. It's not just about flying anymore, it's about feeling flight. Number 5. Germany's Turbine wingsuit breakthrough. Gliding through the air like a flying squirrel is cool, but gliding with jet-powered engines on your back, that's a whole different level of sky domination. Introducing the Turbine jet wingsuit prototype, a bold invention out of Germany that took traditional wingsuit flying and turned it into something completely futuristic. Designed by Peter Salzmann, an Austrian stuntman and skydiver in partnership with BMW, this wingsuit packs a sleek electric turbine right in the chest. Here's the twist. Unlike standard wingsuits that rely purely on gravity and air currents, this prototype features a twin-rotor propulsion system that gives the pilot powered lift and forward thrust. That means longer airtime, controlled acceleration, and the ability to climb mid-flight, something wingsuit flyers could never do before. During its first manned test flight, Salzmann launched from a helicopter at 10,000 feet, glided over the Austrian Alps, and activated the jets mid-air. The result? He flew faster, farther, and more precisely than any wingsuiter before him. While it's still in development, this project marks a huge step forward in wearable aviation. Lightweight electric turbines, aerodynamic fabric, and body-controlled navigation. It's part sci-fi, part serious engineering. Number 4. Switzerland's human jet. Flying over the Swiss Alps with nothing but jet-powered wings strapped to your back? That's not a movie scene, it's Yves Rossi, the original jetman making aviation history. Hailing from Switzerland, Yves Rossi is a former fighter pilot who built his own carbon fiber jet wing fitted with 4 miniature engines. No cockpit, no landing gear, just a pair of rigid wings, throttle controls in hand, and nerves of steel. Rossi first stunned the world in the mid-2000s when he leapt from a plane and fired up those engines. Soaring over the Alps like a human aircraft, he hit speeds of over 180 miles per hour, while carving through mountain passes, performing rolls, and maintaining altitude using only subtle shifts in his body. The flight was more than just a daredevil stunt. It was a proof of concept. A person, powered by jet engines in full control, moving through the sky without a traditional aircraft. Rossi went on to fly over the Grand Canyon, the English Channel, and even alongside commercial jets in formation. His jet-wing setup doesn't allow for vertical takeoff. It requires a plane drop. But once airbow. Number 3. America's crowd-stunning rocket belt. Backflips in mid-air, hovering above stadiums, and roaring flight in under 30 seconds. That's the Jetpack International H202, one of the boldest public performance jetpacks ever built in the United States. Developed by Jetpack International, the H202 is the spiritual successor to the 1960s rocket belt, but with a modern twist. It's powered by hydrogen peroxide, which reacts with a catalyst to create high-pressure steam, blasting through dual nozzles and pushing the pilot into controlled flight. While it only delivers about 30 seconds of airtime, those moments are packed with energy. Pilots can launch straight up, pivot in mid-air, and glide across arenas, rooftops, or riverfronts, making it a favorite for live shows, sporting events, and action-packed promos. The suit was designed by a team of American engineers, with much of its modern notoriety credited to Troy Widgery, who also founded Go Fast Sports and Beverage Company, the sponsor that helped fund the Jetpack's epic demonstrations across the globe. With its unmistakable roar and retro-futuristic look, the H202 doesn't aim to be a long-distance travel solution. It's all about wow factor and showing just how real jetpack flight has become. Number 2. Maverick Jetpack. Ever dreamed of taking flight with nothing more than a jetpack strapped to your back? What sets the Maverick Jetpack apart from other personal flight devices is its mind-blowing, hands-free capability. Yeah, you heard that right. This jetpack doesn't require any control levers or handles. Instead, it uses a unique system that allows the pilot to maneuver simply by shifting their body weight. It's like something out of a futuristic spy film where the hero effortlessly glides through the air. Talk about next-level innovation. Developed by Maverick Aviation, this jetpack isn't just about style. It's about making flight safer, more intuitive, and more accessible. With its lightweight design and easy control system, the Maverick could very well be the jetpack that brings personal flight to the masses. Imagine zipping through the skies without even needing to touch a button. It's smooth, it's futuristic, and it's definitely the kind of tech that makes you say, This is what the future looks like. But it doesn't stop there. The Maverick Jetpack is built for versatility. It's got potential for everything from high-speed emergency rescues to military applications. And as the technology continues to evolve, who knows? We might see jetpacks like these become part of everyday life, just like flying cars were once imagined to be. Number 1. France's Sky Surfer. Who would have thought a hoverboard could actually become real and fly up to 10,000 feet? Well, Frankie Zapata, a French inventor and former jet ski champion, made it happen. The Flyboard Air, one of the wildest jetpack inventions ever seen. This thing isn't strapped to your back, it's strapped to your feet. Using 5 turbojet engines, the Flyboard Air can blast through the sky at jaw-dropping speeds of 146 miles per hour. And get this, it's completely untethered. No water hoses, no cables, just raw jet power and balance. Frankie first stunned the world back in 2016, but he took things up a notch in 2019 when he flew across the English Channel on this beast. That moment wasn't just historic, it proved the Flyboard Air could handle long-range flight, high speeds, and serious altitude. Since then, he's been working on military versions and defense collaborations, which might just turn this wild ride into a battlefield game-changer. But here's what makes it even crazier. It's still operated by shifting your weight. So you're not just flying, you're basically surfing the sky. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Catch you in the next one. Until then, take care and stay curious.